Good afternoon, Facebook. I pray that everyone is having a blessed day today. Regardless of the fact that the clouds are showing and there's no sun out today, I hope everybody is feeling the sun rays, the S-O-N rays, shining upon their lives today. We give honor to the Most High today, in the name of Christ, and we just greet each and every one of you today. We apologize for not being with you on yesterday. We had Operation Rescue Men's Conference yesterday, and it was a wonderful time. We saw many of our people, our men, get delivered and saved and set free on yesterday. It was a powerful, powerful day yesterday. We were so excited about seeing our men being changed and our men being affected and their lives being changed. So shout out to Pastor Brock Soswell and the whole entire Barringer Chapel in Norwood, North Carolina for hosting the event on yesterday. We give shout out to Pastor Omar Rojas and to Pastor Bernice Burrows and also to Minister Carlos Melton. We give shout out to you for serving with us on yesterday. It was a powerful, powerful word. If you want to check out any of those things from yesterday, you can see the live videos on my wall from yesterday. Also, I do want to take an opportunity to shout out two very important people. I'm not going to mention their names because I know that they didn't do this for glory. But I do want to make mention of it today because it was such a blessing to me. A couple years ago, I led this young man to Christ, and we established a relationship, and I wanted to continue to be there for him. And we connected him to a local church in the area where he stayed, and those people began to bless him and bless him, his girl. And they're on their way to be getting married now. They were having some trouble when I first met them, and they were on their way to get married. And so I pulled up yesterday to the conference, and next thing I know, I see him, and I hadn't really talked to him in about a year. And he gives me this card, and it's from him and his girl, and they just like, we wanted to be a blessing to you for what you had done. And little did they know it came at one of the most important times because I had been going through so much in the last couple of months with this transition that we're doing. Many people that was with me, no longer with me, and it's so much that has been going on, so much that has been taking place, and to the fact that they had gave me this card and then blessed me with money inside the card, it really, really touched my heart. It really encouraged me to keep going further in what I do. And I just want to tell them publicly, I thank you for what you've done, being a blessing to me. That really was, it really touched my heart, and I really appreciate it and grateful to know that what we're doing is for a reason. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started because we're not going to take up a lot of your time today. And we do also want to announce too that anytime that there's a actual event and we on the road and grinding during Liberation 2017, that we're really not going to come on those Saturdays. So we need to adjust that. I found out yesterday that that's not going to work because time frame does not always go. We can't put most out in time frame, so it kind of lasted a lot longer than we thought. But the men was enjoying it, and people were getting set free, and we got some wonderful testimonies from that. So most Saturdays, most Sabbaths, when we have events, we're not going to be doing the awakening those weeks, but we will get back here on the off weeks. But we do think we did want to get to you today because we have a very important lesson today. All right, so we're not going to take time for the review. I'm going to ask my brother to put those links in there. So if anybody has not seen the videos from week 1, 2, or 3, we're going to put these links in there so that you can have them to go back and watch in your own time. And I suggest strongly that you watch those videos from the first 3 weeks because everything is building upon where we are today and where we're going to be going throughout this year of the awakening of our people. And as I always do, I like to stress, and I'm going to stress this for maybe a couple more weeks, and then we're going to just move forward. You're going to have to know what we're about. The awakening and what we're doing is about our people, the so-called black man, the so-called African-American man in this country, in America and abroad, who believe that they are a particular people and they have been deceived. We have been deceived into believing that we were somebody who we were not. And so because of that, we are a lost people in this country. We have no heritage. We have no idea who we are. And so we have attached ourselves to things and believing that these things were who we were and they were not. And so this awakening is about our people. Even though we're going to be reaching out to Gentiles, this is also mostly about us, the so-called black man, the so-called African-American man here in this country we call America. So today's lesson is entitled, Chosen, but Unaware of It. Chosen, but unaware of it. And this lesson that we're going to be teaching today is going to be a 3-part lesson. We're going to be sticking with this same title for the next 3 weeks. Chosen, but unaware of it. Now today, let me preface these things before I get started with showing you a couple of images. When our people believe and begin to think about who we are as followers of Christ, as the people of the Bible, who we see the current Jewish people that are in the land of Israel, we don't normally see ourselves as those people. This is the reason why many of our people walked away from the Bible, walked away from the church, walked away from what they call Christianity, because they consider it to be a white man's book. Now, we have talked about this back in February, but we need to reintroduce this into the awakening, because this is the part of who we are, and understanding that what we see today is not what it really is. So, number one, when you think of who they say to be Jesus, many of you see this guy right here. Now, on my left is the image of who they say Jesus is, right? Now, you see this man that's on the right. His name is Cesare Borgia. He was a son of the Pope in the 14th century. The Pope made a decision that we're going to make him to be the image of Jesus Christ. So they took this picture and did all these different paintings, and they sent him around the world, and they called him to be who they say Jesus was. So because of those things, many of our people believe that this is Christ. And they believe that it's a white man's book. Back in the 1900s, they came out with a movie called The Ten Commandments. It was starring Charlton Heston, and they had Moses as being this guy, Charlton Heston, right? And so they believe that this right here is Moses. A few years ago, Mel Gibson made a movie called The Passion of Christ, and he came out with a new version of the story, and he put this guy, Jim Caviezel, who plays on Person of Interest, as the image of Christ. The light is glaring. I hope you all can see this. We had to cut the lights on today because it's kind of dark, so I hope you can be able to see this image. This is Jim Caviezel playing Jesus in the story Passion of Christ. This guy right here, many of you probably have seen a lot of the movies on TBN when they talk about the disciples and apostles and all these things. This guy right here is who they say Peter is. This is how the guy looks who played Peter. Okay? You've seen him in some of the TBN movies. Then this is an older picture of who they say Peter is, right here. Okay? And then there's a pretty good movie that come on TBN where they call The Bible of Paul of Tarsus. And this guy right here, they had this guy right here play Paul. Okay. Just wanted y'all to take a look at these images. See them for yourself. So you can see, trying to get that glare off of there so you can see the actual image. So I'm sure you're saying, what in the world does this have to do with our people and their awakening? Well, it's very important for you to know that all these images that the Western world has promoted is false. It's completely garbage. It's nonsense. It's historically nonsense, and it's biblically nonsense. But as a result of these things, our people have devalued who they are, and as a result, lifted other people up to a higher state. Now, you have people who are calling themselves to rebel against society, saying they're going to go away from the Bible, they're going to go away from the religion of Christianity, following Christ, any of those things, because they say that this is a European religion, it's a European book, and it was used to control our people. But what they don't realize is that, number one, those people never were followers of Christ in the first place. Okay? They was followers of the religion of Christianity. It's two different things. Just like how we say church folks and kingdom folks are different. Well, Christians and followers of Christ are two different things. We have to understand that. Because there are a pre-Constantine Christians, the one who follows the things of the Bible, and there's other people who follow pagan things of the religion of Christianity. Two different things. So we have to realize that those people who showed up on the coast of Africa, those people who showed up on the coast of North and South and Central America, those people were not followers of Christ. They was people that was committed to the religion of Christianity. Two different things. So, as a result of this, we are lost people, and we have no idea who we really are. So, if you just joined us today, today's lesson is called Chosen, but Unaware of It.